Hey, yo, homie. Gonna explain to you a six-cylinder engine if you're driving a fast Japanese car or some other fast car. So this is just a simple schematic to explain to you the basic function of a six-cylinder engine. Now what I've drawn here is a inline six-cylinder engine, okay? It's not a V6, it's an inline 6, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is cylinder number 1, number 2 cylinder, number 3 cylinder, number 4 cylinder, number 5 cylinder, number 6 cylinder. So this is inline engine. What does that mean? It means all cylinders are in one line. And what's the other option? The other option is that they're in two lines. So 3 cylinders here, 3 cylinders here, and another 3 cylinders over here, okay? Parallel to each other. That's called a V6 engine. So V6 engine is shorter than an inline 6, and you probably got a V6 in your car, but it doesn't matter. We're just talking about the basic function of a of a V6 engine. So what are the cylinders, what do they do? The cylinders move up and down here, okay? They move up and down here in these round bores that were bored into the cylinder block to make room for these pistons. These are actually the pistons, okay? These are the pistons, and they move up and down in the cylinders. Now they don't move up and down all at the same level, but they move, as you can see here, at different levels, up and down. They're never at the same level. So how are they controlled? They are controlled by this here, which is the crankshaft, okay? What is a shaft? A shaft is just like a broomstick, but thicker, okay, made out of steel, and then there's some lobes attached to it. So that's just a basic explanation of a crankshaft. So a crankshaft is a big, heavy, let's call it broomstick, down here in the crankcase. What's the crankcase? The crankcase is down below the engine block. The engine oil is inside the crankcase. Why is it called the crankcase? Because in there the cranking is going on. And what is the cranking? The cranking is the turning of the crankshaft. Okay? So the other important thing, how are the pistons connected to the crankshaft? The pistons are connected to the crankshaft through these here. What are these? Those are push rods. So those are like, if you want to imagine small chopsticks made out of steel but thicker. That's just a basic explanation, that are connected to these pistons so that the pistons are controlled and that they move up and down. So the pistons move up and down in the cylinders, and that means the pistons cannot go anywhere, okay, because they're moving up and down in this bore. So a big hole was drilled, six big holes were drilled here. one for each cylinder, and then the piston is inserted. And the piston is really tightly moving up and down there. Now the piston is lubricated by engine oil, okay? So that the piston is not going to be scratching the walls of these bores. That's why engine oil is being used to lubricate everything. Okay, one more important thing. This here at the top, that's the camshaft. Now it's also just a schematic. Okay, it's just a schematic sketch of a camshaft. What's a camshaft? Again, it's a shaft. So here, this is a shaft. That's called a rod. And here, crankshaft, also called a shaft. So a shaft or a rod is always like a broomstick made out of steel. It's thicker than a broomstick. This here, it's shorter than a broomstick. And it's got these lobes here. What are lobes? They're like metal, steel pieces which are connected to the camshaft. Okay, so they're like here these little pinkies that are connected to the camshaft. And what's the purpose of these lobes? The camshaft turns, and then these lobes open and close the valves here. Okay, so each cylinder has at least two valves, one intake valve and one exhaust valve, each of those, okay? And these lobes open and close these intake and exhaust valves. All right. Now, how is the camshaft controlled? The camshaft turns, okay, just like the crankshaft turns, and the camshaft is connected to the crankshaft by a timing belt, or on some engine types by a timing chain. Okay, why is it called a timing belt? Because the material is not steel. Okay, it's some other kind of softer material. And why is it called a timing chain? Because it really is like a chain on a bicycle, the bicycle chain. That's what this timing chain looks like on some engines. So this here is connected kind of like this, okay, like this, from here to here by this chain. Okay, so if the crankshaft turns, it turns the camshaft, okay, and the camshaft opens and closes the valves. The cylinders move up and down, and the pistons move up and down, and the pistons actually move the crankshaft. Okay, so the pistons move the crankshaft, and the crankshaft in turn moves the camshaft. So that's kind of like a closed system. Okay, this system is driving itself, but if the car is turned off, if the motor or the engine is turned off, how does the whole system start turning? Well, it starts turning through the starter engine, the starter motor. Okay, the starter motor is the electric motor which turns the crankshaft by force, and that's what will start the pistons here. Okay, the starter motor turns the crankshaft by force, by just turning it, and because the crankshaft is being turned, these pistons automatically move up and down, and the valves also automatically open and close, and fuel is injected, and that's how the engine, the motor, this V6 or this inline 6 engine is fired up whenever you start your Japanese car or your American car. Okay, so most of you guys, most of you homies are driving Nissan or Hondas, but not all of you. Okay, so one more time here. That's a 6-cylinder engine. If you see this, the mirror way, then just hold this video in a mirror. Maybe for the next videos I'll try to check out how I'm going to switch around these videos so that you don't have to hold it against the mirror. But what it says here is 6-cylinder engine, Yo Homie Car Tech. Okay, that's the name of this channel. And here, a special message for you homies. What's shaking, homie? Okay, so I did this Yo Homie Car Tech video for you homies, okay, so that you can understand the basic function of a 6-cylinder engine. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's an inline 6-cylinder or if it's a V6 cylinder. Why is it called a V6? Because the cylinders are up here, and then there's only one crankshaft. So if you make a drawing, then it kind of has this V shape, like the V in the alphabet. Okay, that's why it's called a V6. I'll do some other videos about that, explaining what the difference is again about inline engines and V-type engines. Okay, it's the V as in VWXYZ. It's like the letter V, and that's because the shape that you get is a V. But this is an inline 6-cylinder engine that I've drawn here for you. Okay, subscribe to this channel, click like, and I'll do some more Yo Homie videos for you. Subscribe to this channel now. If you got questions, put your questions in the comments. Put your name in the comments. I want to know what your name is. See ya.